Seems like it's having a lot of issues these days. But anyway, so this here is actually a parking lot where they store a lot of their vehicles. And you can see in there the vans and some cars. And usually there's a guard standing behind this gate, and I don't see one today again. So they've kind of got everything. And you can see at the very top up there, there's a camera. They're looking at us. They're looking at us right here. So you see the same camera everywhere, and it's got face recognition, I'm sure. And they know that we're here. And so inside these apartments where not most, but some people live, it looks like a fairly decent looking apartment from the outside. We'll go across the street, check it out. So this is kind of where you can see a red light in that window there. And another light over there, but it is pretty dark. It's pretty dark. It's unusual that you'll see any of the blinds open. It's very unusual that you'll see anybody looking out their windows, going out on the patios. And it's really super dark tonight. The whole place has been pretty dark all day. So it's interesting that person has a red light. We love color lights. Good for you. You've got a little personality going on in your room, in your space. Love to see what it looks like inside. They could be bunking up 6 to 1 apartment. Bunk beds. It's common for them to have bunk beds inside these places. But I think this building here is actually some buildings that actually the families live with their kids too. Maybe some kids are even in here right now. But it is very unusual not to see security guards running around right now. And even if we look down the side of the building here, you can see there's really no lights on. And normally, you see a few lights on at this time of night. It is getting close to, I think, 1 o'clock right now. And, but we haven't seen any vans running by. So they're definitely trying to switch out what they're doing and how they're moving the people around, it seems like. There's one little light up there, and those two little windows up there you see there, that what I would say would be maybe a bathroom of some sort. But yeah, it's pretty quiet. It's quite interesting. It's really interesting not to see a security guard at this gate right now. Because in order for them to bring people in, the security guard has to open up the gate and close the gate. And not having a security guard in there right now kind of lends me to believe that they're not bringing people back here tonight, or they've already got them back tonight. Yeah, it's been a pretty quiet day. It's been a pretty quiet day. So this is once again another building that they've purchased, and they rent people. I don't know how they could rent them back to the people, or that's what the journey's all about. For me is like understanding how are these people affording this rent? Because we know rents in LA are super, super expensive all throughout LA. I mean, a one bedroom is what, 2,200 these days in a neighborhood like this, and maybe a two bedroom is around 3,200. And I would suspect these spaces are pretty big inside, being an older building that it is. It's just very interesting that there's no security guards. No security guards. Like I said, I'm new to all this, so thanks for your patience. Once again, YouTube is faulty. I wonder if there's a way, let's see here. Yeah, you see how once again they've got the plastic up on the gates so you can't see in. You can't see in. So let's take our camera here and do this. And let's see if we see anything. Yeah, see, there's no security guard back there, is there? So there's normally a security guard just sitting there waiting for the van to actually show up. And then there's like, let's say, look in there. See a couple cars. I see lights, but just standard parking lot lights. You can see here the plastic is kind of pulled back here, and it's funny because like whoever's in charge of the plastic, the fact that this plastic is pulled back, they're going to be written up for it, I guarantee you. And probably within the next few days, by the time we come back, we'll see that this has been straightened out even more. It's an active driveway, no parking. And it's interesting. They don't even have a lock on the gate this time. So that's a little odd that they don't have a lock on the gate for them. Maybe security guys sleeping inside that car right there, or just hanging out inside that car right there. But these are the smaller vans that we're coming up with a name with right now for these little guys. The bright light up on top. Oh my God! I saw the first chat. The bright light on top is just a security light, just to light up the street so that their cameras can pick up the images and the people walking by. I'm actually going to go for a little walk here, but you see there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now I see, yeah, the chats are just still blending in together. I mean, they're nice. They buy such beautiful, beautiful buildings. I'm in the world of design, and I just like, they always get these really beautiful buildings, and you see how nice they keep them. And that's why I'm quite surprised that they have let their vinyl on the gate be separated apart like that you can actually see through and see into the parking lot. But they do keep their properties up nicely, and that's because they've got all this inexpensive labor to do it. But like, if you look down here, there's a light on in that room right there. You see the second room right up there? You can see there's a light there. But besides that, I don't see any other lights. And those are probably people supporting us. And one of the things that we've learned is, like, you see where their property line is. So right here, this is the sidewalk. So we have all rights to be on this sidewalk. But if we were to cross this line right there, we'd be on their property. And then that's when they call the police and they say we're trespassing. So what's interesting is if you continue down this way here a ways, this is where the big blue building is down here. So we're not too far from the big blue building on Sunset as well. Now, it's interesting because like this building gives itself away because there's no cameras on this, so this is a privately owned building. So wherever you see those cameras, if you have one if you have a building in your neighborhood and you've been wondering what those cameras are all around the building for, it's most likely because they're owned by Scientology and they're watching you and they're getting to know who you are and just clocking what you're doing, watching what you're doing. Let's see, let's go over here. If we can see the blue building at all from here. The blue building, I've been told, suspiciously looking. And if you go to say hi to them, most of the time they don't even say hi back. They're very quiet. I mean, every time I've asked, I'm like, hi, how are you doing? You in Scientology? What do you think it's like? Do you like it? They won't even answer me. They won't even say hi. And I think because if they do, they probably get written up and then they have to do all these courses and then they get stuck into a room for hours and hours and hours being drilled. Why did you talk to that guy? So now that I have the location of this building, I'm going to look up this building and see when it was built and as much as information as I can get on it. But we were here the other day and we saw a van actually drop off a bunch of people, and once again the security guard opened up the gates, the van drove in, and the people entered in through a side door. Over here I just saw this, there's a light here on down here, and once again, of course, the windows are frosted, you know, so maybe that's the guard's place, you know. Interesting. And when they start harassing people, they start to go through your trash. So there's their trash cans. I'm surprised that their trash cans are so out in the open almost. But I think that's where I'm going to go ahead and end this live right now. It's pretty dark. If we see a van come by or anything like that in the next few, I will jump back onto live. If not, I will see you guys tomorrow and take you on another journey and see what we discover then. Thank you guys once again for being here. Just having you guys here just, you know, brings witnesses to what's going on, so that it makes us even feel more secure that we have people that are just supporting us and standing behind our mission to, you know, just really work on the whole process of getting the kids out. Everybody go to bed, get some rest. We will see you tomorrow and see what we discover tomorrow. I may be doing a live tomorrow with Aaron. I know I've been talking about this for a little bit in some of my shorts and all that, but it took me a while to understand YouTube and getting everything set up, all the framing and all the files and all that about the false arrest of Aaron. And so we're going to be walking through that tomorrow afternoon, sometimes early afternoon. So if you're around, jump on. You're going to hear some fun stuff. You're going to see some horrible stuff. And I'm just going to see how it all went down. My goal is kind of to break it down from moment to moment to moment, instead of just a one long live that I couldn't go live at that time, so I was just doing shorts. And so you're going to see how, you know, once I called 911, how long it took the police to get there, and how I jumped on a line to find the suspect that attacked Aaron. and then how the kids joined me and followed him until we called the police again. They finally showed up 33 minutes later, but all that will be tomorrow. So thanks for joining me tonight. Thanks for being here and starting my journey with me. And any questions, just throw them in the live chats, and when I get home, I'll be checking them out, and I will give you some love back.